Can you believe it? A single tentacle could destroy this tens of thousands ton fortress of sea. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Today's film has been hailed as a blockbuster bomb in Russian cinema, raking in 470 million at the domestic box office in its opening week. Alright, follow the camera as we dive into that frozen sea of death. The story opens on a vast white Arctic circle, reminding us that before nature, humans are as small as ants. In this barren wasteland, a research team is conducting geological surveys, drilling holes in the ice and dropping explosives to collect data. The team leader calls in, warning of an approaching storm and ordering immediate evacuation. Team member Oscar stubbornly insists on deploying all the remaining explosives. Seconds later, two muffled booms echo from the ocean floor, and violent seismic activity instantly destroys the entire camp. But these two bombs didn't just trigger a disaster, they awakened something far more terrifying. Meanwhile, a 50,000-ton nuclear submarine is on a mission beneath the sea. Suddenly, the sonar operator hears an unfamiliar biological noise through his headphones, deep and eerie. Then the radar shows the ocean floor is rising. A shadow several times larger than submarine flashes by. Countless tentacles instantly wrap around this steel giant, violently smashing it against the iceberg. The crew inside is thrown around like ragdolls. This invisible terror cranks the horror atmosphere up to maximum. In the final moment, the captain launches a distress signal buoy, and then the submarine is dragged into the abyss. When news of the submarine's disappearance reaches the Department of Defense, the top brass is shocked, because on board is a classified weapon that absolutely cannot fall into foreign hands. A rescue mission is immediately launched, led by the fleet's youngest and most rebellious Hothi commander, Victor. More importantly, the missing submarine's commander is his own brother. To prevent him from acting on emotion, command assigns a stubborn old timer named Oleg to supervise him. Meanwhile, two lucky survivors are freezing to death, and just when they're about to give up, they spot the flashing signal device. On the other side, Victor's submarine arrives in the area, but strange things start happening. Dozens of whales circle around them, as if warning them.
Что-то странное, товарищ командир. Нас окружают.
Что? Кто?
If these massive creatures are this terrified, imagine how terrifying what lies ahead must be. But the crew doesn't understand and uses low-frequency sonar to drive the whales away. The moment the whales leave, the radar shows again the ocean floor is rising. The old commander wants to fire, but Victor's instinct stops him. Firing blindly underwater is like painting a target on yourself. Victor grits his teeth and orders the submarine to hide in the narrow passage under the ice. This underwater cat-and-mouse chase had my palms sweating. Eventually, the creature leaves and they surface, immediately spotting the two troublemakers. Now the old commander starts causing problems again, saying don't rescue them, they might be dangerous. Fortunately, Victor stands his ground and forces the rescue. After questioning them, Victor understands humans messed up and woke the sleeping monster. And by the calculation, his brother's submarine only has 24 hours of oxygen left. Upon learning the truth, the commander immediately demands they return, seeing no point in taking more risks. But how could Victor possibly abandon his own brother? The two break into a heated argument. Just then, the radar sounds another alarm. The mysterious creature is back. And this time it's charging at full speed, less than 3 minutes from impact. At the critical moment, a nearby Norwegian offshore drilling platform spots them and sounds the alarm. This alarm is like activating a taunt ability. The monster's aggro instantly switches to the platform. What follows is absolutely the special effects speak of the entire film. Just the suction cups on those tentacles are each bigger than a car. That industrial giant humanity is so proud of is as fragile as a plastic toy before the monster, easily dragged into the sea. After destroying the platform, the beast is clearly not satisfied and turns toward them again. Victor immediately dives, trying to speed away. But this old commander is about to cause trouble again.
Система загружается. Загрузка завершена.
Торпедные аппараты 5 и 6. Бей! Есть!
Those two torpedoes are like giving the giant octopus a gentle scratch. The old guy doesn't believe it and fires two more. But the giant octopus isn't hurt, it's just pissed off and charges even faster. Seeing the torpedoes are useless, the cocky old guy is completely stunned. Victor has to step up, but the giant octopus has already caught up and slaps the submarine. The torpedo bay instantly catches fire. One more attack and everyone can call it game over. At this life-for-death moment, Victor makes an extremely bold decision: silent running. Shut down all non-essential systems. Everyone stops moving. Even breathing must be minimized. Even though the torpedo bay is on fire, they can't extinguish it because the sound of a fire extinguisher is as loud as thunder underwater. Victor is gambling with their lives, and the monster hunts by sound and he is blind. This intense audio-visual contrast ramps the tension to maximum. The red dot on the display circles the submarine several times. Finally, having lost its audio target, slowly moves away. They won the bet. After the crisis passes, everyone rushes to put out the fire, but it's too intense. So Victor orders flooding with Freon. It'll destroy the remaining torpedoes, but survival comes first. The submarine is temporarily safe but crippled, and the old guy demands they return again. Just as Victor is preparing to head back, Julia finds it. She theorizes this creature is the ancient Leviathan Kraken. With its lair deep in the nearby Nansen Ridge, giant octopuses like to drag the prey back to their lair, find the nest, find the submarine. Just then, the crew reports hearing rhythmic tapping sounds. It must be a distress signal from his brother's submarine.
Кода жив. Я намерен выполнить задачу и спасти товарищей. Я хочу, чтобы вы знали, времени у нас почти не осталось, и мы идем навстречу смертельной опасности. Идем для того, чтобы выполнить благородную миссию, единственную достойную наших моряков.
This speech ignites everyone's passion, and they unanimously decide to attempt the rescue. The submarine reaches the trench is bottomless here, and the large submarine can't descend. Victor decides to personally pilot the small submersible down. The submersible's descent is another atmospheric peak of the film. Outside the window is darkness that devours everything, and all you hear is the creaking of the metal hull under water pressure. This claustrophobic terror and human helplessness is portrayed perfectly. At 2,000 meters deep, the scene before them is spine-chilling. This is literally a graveyard of maritime history. WWI warships and ancient sailing ships piled up like mountains. This is Kraken's pantry. Among the pile of wreckage, they finally find his brother's submarine. The docking process is tense but smooth, and when Victor opens the hatch, what he sees isn't cold seawater, but his brother and many surviving faces. In this moment, all the risks were worth it. But the submersible is too small and must make the trips. Victor decides to stay and let the injured go first. As the first group evacuates, one guy installs a locator to leave a signal. The moment this thing powers on, its beeping instantly alerts the distant Kraken. They haven't finished the rescue, and the landlord is coming home. Worse, the pilot passes out from weakness, and the submersible can't be operated. Fortunately, the French scientist Tosper steps up, saying he can pilot it. As they return to rescue the second group, the Kraken has arrived at the main submarine. The old commander causes trouble again, ordering the landing system and activated to anchor to the seabed. The massive noise completely enrages the Kraken. On the other side, Oscar's group accidentally opens a signal device that won't turn off, and the Kraken immediately turns and chases them. With the monster closing in, there's no escaping now. So the brothers decide to deploy the submarine's classified weapon and fight the beast to the death. His brother operates from the command center while Victor crawls through narrow ventilation ducts to manually activate the system in the weapon's bay. In the cramped, dark space, the two frantically work through the startup sequence. While outside, the Kraken pounds against the submarine. Just as the Kraken wraps the entire submarine in its grip, they finally activate the system. A light brighter than the sun explodes 2,000 meters below the surface, and the massive shockwave turns the water. That ancient beast that ruled the deep is blown to smithereens by this devastating foe. Then Victor initiates the weapon's self-destruct sequence, and the brothers help each other crawl back to the rescue craft. But the small submersible gets stuck. Once the weapon self-destructs, they'll be blown to bits too. Though the process is perilous, they ultimately burst through to the surface. Victor and his brother, along with everyone who survived, emerge into the sunlight of their second chance at life. In this battle with the sea monster, humanity won through courage and intelligence. This film is actually a warning letter to all of humanity. We always think we're the rulers of Earth, but before nature, we're still just children. Those two explosives represent humanity's endless greed. When we recklessly destroy nature, we may be awakening monsters we simply cannot handle.